Can vaccines save lives? According to history and science, yes. But according to hundreds of blogs and social media accounts, vaccines can cause diseases, lifelong problems, and even autism. So how did vaccinations, one of the biggest successes of modern medicine, become so controversial in recent times? And why are there an increasing number of parents who refuse to vaccinate their children? This month, a student testified before the US Congress about his decision to get vaccinated against the measles at the age of 18, despite his family's wishes.
And my mother is an anti-vax advocate that believes vaccines cause autism, brain damage, and do not benefit the health and safety of society, despite the fact such opinions have been debunked numerous times by the scientific community.
Ethan Lindenberger said his mother's convictions about vaccinations came primarily from Facebook. Skepticism towards vaccinations started in 1998 when British Dr. Andrew Wakefield published a research paper linking the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine to autism. The study, based on a sample of only 12 participants, went viral, but was later discredited by top health organizations. In 2006, an investigation by the Sunday Times of London revealed that Wakefield was paid more than $520,000 to fabricate his findings. Wakefield was stripped of his medical license and his study was retracted. But 21 years after Wakefield's infamous study, the anti-vax movement has spread globally and gained a growing number of online followers. Although the World Health Organization considers MMR vaccines to be one of the best investments for public health, the spread of misinformation about vaccinations on platforms such as YouTube and Facebook has changed the way people view immunizations. As the refusal to vaccinate grows, the WHO has listed vaccine hesitancy as one of the 10 global health threats of this year, prompting lawmakers and public health advocates to call on Facebook and Google to clamp down on misinformation around anti-vaccines. But years of online misinformation has had its toll on public health. Despite the many studies that emphasize the safety of vaccines, an increasing number of parents are delaying or refusing to vaccinate their children. This vaccine hesitancy has been linked to the comeback of vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles in some parts of the world where they were thought to have been eradicated. Yes, it's 2019 and measles is making a comeback. It's not only in poor countries with limited access to vaccinations, but in countries in Europe and the US too. In the US, 300 measles cases have been confirmed this year, making it the worst outbreak of the disease at the start of the year in more than a quarter century. The leaders of the American Academy of Pediatrics have called for the #1 priority of 2019 to be the elimination of non-medical exemption for vaccinations for children. Measles was declared eradicated in the US in 2000, which meant the disease was confined to a few cases. But in 2011, 220 Americans were infected, the largest number in more than a decade, and 2/3 of the infected cases never received the measles vaccination. Before the introduction of the measles vaccination in 1963 and widespread vaccination, measles would cause an estimated 2.6 million deaths every year. But it seems like anti-vaccination followers have not learned from the past, and parents are increasingly refusing to vaccinate their children, which raises the question of whether vaccinations should be the choice of parents or a matter of public safety.